I'm going out of my mind. I'm out of my mind with you. It's 7 and hell with you. I'm growing out of my mind. I'm going. Never mind. Welcome to another horrid, despicable episode of the apocalypse. I'm just too tired. I shouldn't even have attempted that. Anyway, something occurred to me right before I was about to come on here. The police, in double quick time, will find the time and the resources to come harass me while I'm filming a live stream in my car. Yet when the Reich sends out the masked Gestapo to kill us and kidnap us and rough us up, they cannot find the courage to do anything. In fact, sometimes they assist. That is why I've lost all respect I once had, and I was one of the few men in blue, I'm talking to you, that had respect for you. Despite what you may think of me when you would see me out here in the ether that is about to die, as you harass people in their car because someone called you with a story. Be careful the stories you act upon. They could cost you your job, your freedom, a lot of money. Be careful. And again, that is why I have lost all respect. Let us begin. Hold on, I'm at the wrong point. I can't start there. Here we are. So this is what I woke up to, and I was like, that's Donnie, baby. People, did I tell you I know this motherfucker? Has everything I said about this guy come true? The top level people. Foot up the ass. The first one in 4 months, Leon Scum. The next one, Bovino. The next one, Gnome. Can they get any higher, son? So when we ponder or we ask the question, can anyone be thrown under the bus except for Donnie? Donnie's got the blessing, son. Yes, anyone. And that's what I tried to tell you for so many years, 10 years doing this in different states, man. Censored here, censored there. Horrible signals. Screaming it into the fucking ether. This guy throws everyone under the bus. He's an unleashable beast. God told us. And you didn't listen, son. All of you out there. And then the people in the Reich at the top, you didn't listen. People that voted for it, you didn't listen. The greedy that just went along with it because they thought they'd get a lot of money out of it on top of a lot of money they already fucking have. You didn't listen, son. God tried to tell you. And your existence is how I know, son. I'm talking to so many entities right now. that this thing, this orange thing in a diaper, can never be leashed. Uncontrollable. Just like Adolf Hitler. I woke up to this. Breaking news. President Trump has started quizzing the Hill on whether he should fire DHS Secretary Gnome. I was like, you know what that means? Once Donnie leaks it on purpose to let you know you gone. Just to, just to give the impact of the blow a little less, you know what I mean? Let the rumors swirl around. Donnie's evil as fuck. One of his top people, a thing, because I dare not call her a woman and insult other women, who sold the entirety, son, of her soul for that orange monster and herself, foot up the ass. That's what she got for it. That's the imp. That's the Antichrist. In a nutshell. It don't matter how loyal you is, son. We've watched this exercise, this pattern, play out over and over again. Yet Kristi Gnome gets the job. She thinks she's going to be there forever, no matter what. Nope. When the heat's up, sacrificial lamb time, bus time, over and over again. The top people, son. Bovino walked around all happy. I'm getting all my Nazi dreams coming true. I ain't going nowhere. I'm here forever, son. Foot up the ears. Leon thought he was going to take out the Antichrist. I told you all why it was happening. I said, Donnie don't like this. Donnie don't like Leon using the Oval Office as a babysitting service. Donnie don't like that little child saying, you ain't president, bitch. Get me some fucking juice. Orange bitch. Oh, I was like, Donnie don't like this. I told you Donnie would handle it too, didn't I? You don't know this monster, I do. 4 months. The guy who took $250 million of your fucking money that you gave him in welfare. Gave it right back to Donnie. Got the co-chancellor. Thought he was Adolf Hitler. Thought he was going to oust the chancellor. Like in Germany in the 30s. I knew it wasn't going to play that way. I knew Pete. I told you, all you in the beginning. Pete, JD, Leon, and you out there. I knew your plan. I told these good people your plan. And I also said your plan would fail. Because you don't have the motherfucking blessing, son. You can't even defeat Grease, Pete. How you going to defeat the Antichrist? How you going to defeat God? You fucking fools. 4 months. Fat Leon. Foot up the fucking ass with a black eye. You fucking get it now? And all of you out there? All 3 of you? Leon's the richest man in the world. And he got a black fucking eye. And a foot up the ass. So, we understand it can happen to anyone, can't we? Don't we? Richest man in the world who literally financed the Reich, son, with your money. Black eye, foot up the ass. Bovino walking around with Nazi trench coats. Smile on his face. Next day, gone, son. Gnome, the pock-faced hag. Smiling in lawmakers' faces over and over again. boasting to the world how she shot a defenseless puppy for no reason, not a legitimate reason. Everyone knows it. And we all know animals have to be put down sometime. We get it out here. The city slickers get it. We know. That wasn't what that was, and we all know it. That was a sociopath. Using a sociopathic act to get the attention of another sociopath after the fact. Boasted of it to the whole world. I explained at the time how much worse that makes it. Doing something in a fit of rage or anger and then feeling horrible about it. Apologizing to the world's one thing. Maybe keep it to yourself and just feel terrible about it. How about that? Nope, not Christy. Not Christy to Gnome. Put it in a novel and then end the novel with I'm going to shoot Joe Biden's dog when me and Donnie go to the White House. How's that looking now, honey? The ending of your book. Now that you under the goddamn bus. That's the Antichrist. I hope he's made his point about who he is to you people out there, because I knew 10 goddamn years ago I've been yelling the same shit. So the second I heard this, I'm like, uh-oh, it's any day now. Donnie throwing another one, another sacrificial lamb, another, what's it called? Throwing another one under the bus. And the reason he did it, we'll get to it. So Ted Lieu heard this question, should Kristi Noem be fired? And Mr. Lieu decided to weigh in. Recognize. The answer is yes, Trump should fire DHS Secretary Gnome. This way Trump can keep her luxury jet fleet with the beautiful bedrooms to himself. Getting raw on Donnie and Gnome. I love how Mr. Lieu's handling these motherfuckers. And the reason Mr. Lieu is saying that, Jake Sherman says, breaking news, Trump is starting quizzing the Hill on whether he should fire Kristi Noem. And Donnie leaked that on purpose. That's how Donnie handles things sometimes. With a little extra spice of evil. I remember that Congresswoman the other day, and now she doesn't have to. Saying to Miss Gnome, you're going to be held accountable, and I knew she could have cared less that that person said that, and she believed with every fiber in her being that she was just fine. And I didn't realize she was getting fired within days. And I said, well, they have a plan for you people holding them accountable. It's obvious by how brazen the crimes are, and they laugh about it in your face. So they have a plan when you dare try and make a real move to put one of them in prison. They got a plan for that. They always have. So it's never going to happen. But what could happen, Donnie throw you under the fucking bus. That could happen any day of the week to anyone. Obviously. I didn't realize that justice was coming so quick. Cricket's revenge. Come swiftly, son. Swiftly. Thief in the night. They brought the ghoul back out. Everything going on. Donnie got fucking World War III going on in the Mideast. People are stranded. No one's flying in the Mideast because they don't want to get their shit shot down. Bezos losing fucking data centers. It's ugly, man. Donnie fighting wars down in Ecuador he don't even tell us about. Bombing other ships. He about to start bombing Cuba. He wants to bomb them all at once. And Gnome gets fired because she's a freak. Because she admitted her and Donnie did something. Or admitted that Donnie's signature was on it. And they decide to bring the ghoul back out. Look at this motherfucker. The ghoul. They bring this motherfucker back out now? Does the Reich not understand that The public only gets more pissed off when this ghoul comes out of the rock he was hiding under. Not a good idea, Donnie. It's going to build more animosity. The human rights that we are going to protect are not of the savages that torture and rape and murder. You mean like the Reich? And molest kids, too. Like the Reich? Steve? The human rights we are going to protect are of the peaceable citizens. Are the peaceable citizens the guys in masks that shoot women in the face? And men in the back 10 times? And women 5 times in their car for nothing? Just to get a bounty? Are they the peaceable ones that you want to vote, Stevie? The peaceable citizens who have an absolute human right to live in physical safety and security every day of their lives. We know exactly what he's trying to say here. He means white people. He means people that are down with the Reich. Everyone else has no rights. Human rights. What you just heard there is some of the most transparent, modern Nazi eugenics talk I've ever heard from someone. I can't believe he said it in public. Certain humans don't have human rights. They don't deserve human rights. We deserve the right to live in complete safety. Oh my God, is that Nazism? They bring the ghoul out and he's saying shit like this. The facade is dropping, son. Drops more every day. We're so close to flat out full Reich. We so close. I expect right around the midterms. I can't believe he said this out loud. And he got away with it. Holy fuck. He's straight up saying, do you get the basis of this? It's core Nazism and eugenics and white supremacy. He's basically saying certain humans don't deserve human rights at all. Dangerous talk. And I bet he don't get banned by Google and get emails taken away and get defamed. LOL, now the Trump media is saying the decorated veteran broke his own arm. I forgot to talk about this last night. There's so much evil, and this was... you've probably seen it by now. The veteran in his uniform who did a protest move in a hearing, and they acted like he's a serial killer. Because that's how we handle it in America. And I've been seeing this my whole life. Someone dares protest the Reich wing, they get attacked like this. Because the right wing is a fascist movement, it always has been. We must silence you immediately. Like Vlad Putin, like Adolf Hitler, etc. That's why you saw a right-wing senator jump in the fray, once 3 men had him, pretty much still. That's when the brave senator jumped in as like the 4th man. GOP Senator Tim Sheehy helps Capitol Police remove protester who allegedly injured 3 officers and appeared to break his own arm. Injured 3 officers, really? Because he wasn't fighting them at all whatsoever. He was just making it hard for them to pull him out of there. And he's a rock-solid motherfucker because 3 or 4 dudes were not moving him. And that's what it looked like. His arm was caught like behind the door. And you have 3 or 4 men's weight pull against your body, and all you got is your elbow joint to hold the weight. It's going to snap. This is a strong guy right here, though. These motherfuckers, I could tell they weren't moving him. As much as it was going back and forth in the room, they still weren't moving him. This is a strong motherfucker right here. And yeah, you heard his arm pop, man. It was bad. It was bad, and he was protesting the war. And they jumped on him as if he had a rifle aimed at somebody or something. And he was yelling as they were taking him out, and they were having a lot of trouble getting him out, and he was not fighting them. He wasn't throwing punches and wrestling with them and all that. He was just making it a little difficult for them to move him. And he's a rock solid motherfucker, and he was basically immovable. And eventually his arm got hooked behind the door, and again, 3-4 men's weight. And I'm sorry, I'm not believing he injured those officers. I mean, my God, we see it on video, and they still lie, man. That's where we at. That's why it's over. It's just fucking over, man. I'm sorry. I wish I had some good news for you. This was one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen, besides the shooting of Mr. Pretty and Good. That was probably the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. Flat executions by worthless goddamn cunts that are gonna burn. And that's pure Antichrist. That's the apocalypse. That's the end, son. What you witnessed, that's public executions, just like I predicted. It's like I told you. I was thinking more formal public executions, which we will get to. Don't worry. We'll get there. But that's good enough for now. It's something I had in mind, stuff like that. Very offensive killings, too. Shooting in the back. Shooting in the face. Shooting the dog in the face. Miss Gnome. This isn't funny. This is the goddamn devil. It's the greatest evil, and if you doubt it, if you think I'm being over dramatic, go back and watch the footage of Miss Good getting shot and listen to fat fuck Johnny call her a bitch as her dead body rolls the fuck away. Go watch them shoot Mr. Pretty after they maced him, hit him with their guns, as he's trying to help and protect a woman that they assaulted. Cunts in masks. Go watch it again. If you forget where the fuck you is. Go watch this video again. Watch a man's arm get broken. Go read a few stories about the girls' school that Pete says they're investigating whether they hit a girls' school or not. We all know they did, and they're not even telling the lie that there was some weapons based there. I assume that lie will happen eventually. But once you didn't say it in the beginning, and I know Pete already knows if they hit it or not, I know he's already seen the tape. And he's pretending he hasn't. That tells me all I fucking need to know. If that excuse hasn't been thrown out yet, that means it wasn't happening. That means they just hit a school. People are wondering now, did AI make that decision to hit that location? Is that why there's fuck-ups like that? Or maybe it wasn't a fuck-up, since Donnie's the goddamn Antichrist. Maybe that's what they meant to do. Wouldn't surprise me one bit. Not at all. Donnie's just as disgusting, sick, perverted, and evil as Vlad Putin. Vlad does that all day, every day. He'll hit 3 schools by breakfast and laugh about it. That's the level demon you're dealing with there, with Vlad. I'm going to take a break for a moment and come back for the big headline. This is exactly how the Antichrist is described. Someone just like someone you can't trust whatsoever. Never give the benefit of the doubt. Adolf Hitler, like a motherfucker, will betray any fucking one. We watch it daily. Bovino, Scum, and Gnome. That's just 3. Absolute warmonger, we're seeing that as well. He's finally being what he really is, what he wanted to be in the first term. We'll be right back. Okay. The big headline. Anyone can be thrown under the bus by the Antichrist. We watched this entire first term. No one fired more people. No one had more of a revolving fucking door than Donnie. Yet everyone walks around as they gonna be there forever. And Donnie loves them. And they sell their soul for it. All she will get and I take no pleasure in saying this, is the lake. That's all she'll get for what she's done. And on top of it, she gets thrown under the bus by the person she sent murderers and kidnappers out for. And sold her soul for utterly, totally, completely. I've rarely seen someone sell their soul so completely as this thing. Trump ousts Gnome as Homeland Security Secretary. Anyone can go under the bus with the AC. That's kind of how you know he's the AC. Ted Lieu again. This is fucking... See, MAGA... See, this is why I say little children. Right here. It's a little child's fantasy land. You people are also immature. You walk around as if you're adults. Yet you live in this fantasy land. Mr. Lieu, recognize. Thank you to Trump for promoting Kristi Noem, the special envoy for the Shield of the Americas. A position. A position that Trump literally created a few hours ago. Please also promote Pam Bondi to be Special Attorney General for the Shield of the Americas. Whoo! It's like a bunch of kids on the playground giving themselves fancy titles for like superheroes or whatever. Kids, they're pretending. They're playing. It's make-believe. You're gonna be the Shield of the Americas. I want to be special envoy to the Shield of Americas. I can't express how goddamn absurd this is. What did she say? Is she getting a paycheck from us for this, by the way? I'd like to know that. If it's some honorary position or whatever, great. If she's getting a paycheck, that kind of pisses me off. This don't exist. This isn't a thing. This is a make-believe title that sounds like it was named by a 6-year-old child. We are so fucking doomed. Why? Because you people out there, and you know who you are. Not all of you, but you know who you are. Turned our world into this shit. We're a puppy-killing maniac who sends kidnappers and murderers out that the Antichrist throws under the fucking bus. Gets a fucking made-up title, Special Envoy for the Shield of the Americas. And you know why they're talking like that? Using phrases plural, like Americas, because of the technocracy map and taking over the hemisphere like they want to do. And they're doing it every minute of every day. That's why you hear words like, or phrases like, the Americas. Unbelievable. This is fucking pure comedy. And it's a perfect display of this childish fantasy land that you people live in. Which is why your country is over. You chose to live in fucking child fantasy land, where titles like Special Envoy for the Shield of Americas exists. Like Antifa is a terrorist group that doesn't exist. That's why your goddamn country is over. God, this is fucking embarrassing. And again, what did she say to him? I got all the dirt on you. I'm going to spill it. Is that what she said? Is that why she got another title? This embarrassing ass fake fucking title? That sounds like a child came up with the name for it. And Donnie's a child, and she is, and all of you out there that have your name on this. This is why I call you children. This is why I condescend to you. Because you handed your country over for this goddamn theater you've been living your entire life, and your daddy lived, and your granddaddy lived. And now it's fucking over. And we gotta watch this bullshit. We gotta have a guy named Mark Wayne taking over. Fuck you people, man. We are so goddamn doomed because of you. Oh my God. This is fucking embarrassing. Ron Filipkowski. The stock market is tanking. Gas prices are spiking. The DHS secretary was just fired after lying under oath to Congress. Prices keep going up. Trump refuses to refund tariffs despite a SCOTUS decision. And we are in another war in the Middle East. When does the winning start? Right. Everything Trump touches dies. He's the Antichrist. I told you we'd all be crying by the end. We on a good path toward that. Many of you have been crying already, I'm sure. Adam Schiff. 2 days ago, Senator Kennedy and I pressed Kristi Gnome under oath whether the president approved her $220 million PR contract with the spouse of her former flack. She told our committee that Trump signed off. Today, Trump fired her. This is why she got fired. Not for sending people out to kill you and kidnap you. That was actually the plan she was hired for. Literally, I'm not kidding. I'm not being dramatic. Evidenced by the woman shot 5 times, and then they tried to lock her up forever and lied utterly about her. Planned on killing her before it even happened. Fat fuck Johnny planned on killing her before he even walked up to the car. The other guys planned on killing Mr. Preddy before they even got over to him. But this is what Donnie fires her for. Because she gave a contract to her friend so she'd get a nice kickback. Her and Corey. And she got caught. Because her friend doesn't even have an address. The business that got the contract that opened 8 days before the money was awarded. Millions of dollars of your goddamn money. As she's ordering new planes on your dime too. As she's balling her side piece. After filling the plane up with jet fuel on your dime, of course, son. So she got caught giving a contract to a buddy of hers in a fake-ass business that they started just to get this contract that doesn't even have a fucking address. How do I know that? Because congressmen and senators been looking for that address and they can't find it. If a congressman and a senator can't get the address, son, that's bad. They have connections we don't have. She got caught utterly and totally. She mentioned Donnie's name. That he signed off. Uh-oh. Donnie got enough grifts, schemes, crimes, blame on him. He don't need that too. Bye-bye. I hope it was worth your soul. Because that's what you paid for it, son. That's why he fired her. It's known. It's been discussed. That's why. Adam, Mr. Schiff understands why it happened. And here it is right here. Trump's furious that Gnome said under oath in her Senate Judiciary hearing that she had advanced knowledge of the $220 million DHS ad campaign and approved its release. He's privately floated Mark Wayne Mullen as prospective replacement. He is the replacement. Proving yet again one of my basic rules on navigating Trumpism. He will always replace an incompetent person with someone more incompetent. Well, you know, we're always going to get a sycophant and a loyalist who's as bad or worse than before. That's all Donnie wants around him. Compromised criminals. Like him. That's Ron Filipkowski that said that. Someone more incompetent. Mark Wayne. Mark Wayne, for fuck's sake. Pete was at a podium somewhere today. That's Pete Hegseth, the mass murderer. Guy who has to pay women off not to file rape charges. Pete Hegseth just credited Stephen Miller's support, leadership, and clarity for making the Iran attack happen. Not a general, not a diplomat, not even in the Pentagon. Stephen Miller belongs in The Hague. In other words, Stephen Miller doesn't even really have a government position. And he's making military decisions. Maybe Miller is the false prophet. I don't know though, man. I really do think it's Leon. It's hard to know these things. I know Donnie's the ace. That's Garen fucking T. That's his stone. This damn false prophet thing. And Brother James does not think Leon is the false prophet. And he has his reasons. I disagree, but we'll see in the end who it is. So Pete's letting the world know that Stephen Miller is integral into the war plans. That should bother you. My God, that should bother you. Ron Filipkowski. Of all the horrible, corrupt, and incompetent things Kristi Noem has done that would get any other cabinet secretary fired, the thing that now seems likely to result in her termination is the unpardonable MAGA sin of blaming Trump for her corruption when she got caught, right? Don't mention Donnie's name. Never. Miss Gnome is a perfect example of that. She was responsible for murders, kidnapping, countless fucking arrests of U.S. citizens just for bounty money. Then the people were released later. It doesn't matter. They still get their bounty, and I'm sure the jail gets to charge rent for a day or a week or whatever to the government. How would we know what they charge? And Donnie will pay it. It's your money. It's not his. He doesn't give a fuck. Yeah, just don't mention his name and you might be safe. You need to go to prison for Donnie. The J6 people taught us all that too, right? He fired Kristi Noem while she is speaking live. He did. Many people posted about that. She was at a podium somewhere speaking while the world just was receiving the news that she was shit-canned. That's the Antichrist, baby. And Donnie was obviously very pissed that Miss Noem mentioned his name. And that ain't the first time. Remember, when she was about to get fired before, it was a few months ago, I can't remember. She said, Stephen and Donnie instructed me to do every single thing I did. Because Miss Noem was worried she was about to be fired. So she needed to throw that out there. I'll tell on you. Careful. She got fired anyway. While she was giving a speech. That's the Antichrist, baby. Oh my goodness, she seems to think special envoy for the shield is a real job. And this is Noem herself posting, and that was Aaron Rupar. Thank you, Trump, for appointing me as a special envoy for the shield of Americas. Secretary Rubio and Secretary of War are incredible leaders, and I look forward to working with them closely to dismantle cartels that have poured drugs into, and I'm not going to read the rest. So embarrassed. Honey, just admit you got fired. You know, what this envoy for the shield of the Americas. Did Donnie talk to her on the phone like, hey, honey, you're out. I'm sorry. You opened your mouth. I told you not to mention my name. But, how about we make you, I don't know, the special envoy to the shield of the Americas? Does that sound good, honey? All right. Have a nice fucking day. Click. Fuck, this is so fucking just, this is how it all ends, man. That epiphany or that realization comes to me all the time, and I with phrases like special envoy for the shield of America for a person responsible for sending mass murderers and kidnappers out on a daily basis. Our government sends them to do it to us. And this position and her existence and yours and his, and I can't believe this is how, it's so pathetic. Oh my God, it's pathetic. Oh, it's sad to watch, man. It's the worst cheese evil theater. And the mass is just letting it happen. Just like the 30s. Oh. Is Corey Lewandowski going to have to start fucking Mark Wayne Mullen? That's a great question. I laughed my ass off when I read that, by the way. I've already heard the joke, so it's not as funny, but... Is he? He would. I'm sure. Not like he has any fucking boundaries of any kind. This is Donnie on his true social money laundering. I am pleased to announce that the highly respected U.S. Senator, highly respected, you say? Can a guy named Mark Wayne be highly respected? Is that even fucking possible? U.S. Senator from the great state of Oklahoma, Mark Wayne Mullen, will become the United States Secretary of Homeland Security, DHS, effective March 31. The current Secretary, Kristi Noem, who has served us well and has had numerous and spectacular results, especially on the border, will be moving to be Special Envoy for the Shield of the Americas. Our new Secretary initiative in the Western Hemisphere, you notice the wording there? They've been using that hemisphere word for a while. And Americas, plural. Greenland to the top of South America. They already took Venezuela. That's the South America. Right at the top. In the Western Hemisphere, we are announcing on Saturday in Doral, Florida. Ooh, that just happens to be his own club where he can charge you. I thank Kristi Noem for her service at Homeland. Wow. Wow. Kristi Noem wasn't just fired. Kristi Noem was fired as she was speaking live in Nashville and had no idea she had been fired. Again, look at her up there representing the Reich in all her haggard glory, with a whole new face. Shit canned. Remember all those moments maybe some of you got upset over. I certainly did. The brazenness, the smile on her face, we always follow the law. Xanax, we always follow the law. Xanax. Remember all those moments? I do. And you know what? Again, I've been telling you every day. I say these things every night. I knew the Reaper was coming for him. I knew the Beast was coming for him. I've been talking about every night and for 10 years. He throws everyone under the bus. It's only a matter of time. And he'll do it while you're giving a speech for him, for the Reich. Doing the talking points, the bullshit, the lies, the selling of the last atoms of your soul. That's the mob, baby. They'll walk their best friend into a room, cap him right in the head, go have a nice hot meal. That's the mob. While she was giving a speech, look how pretty Miss Gnome looks. Let's remember all those smiles and all those empty, vapid, soulless. We always follow the law. Xanax? How's it working out, Christy? Not so good, huh? U.S. Dover Air Force Base, I told you about this yesterday. I knew it would come down to, once it got attention, once I talked about it, other people across the internet talked about it, I knew it would go away. U.S. Dover Air Force Base in Delaware has been caught posting and quickly deleting a job notice about a position for shipping the belonging of U.S. military casualties, not just shipping it. Why would that be needed that if only 6 U.S. soldiers have been killed so far in Trump's war on Iran for Israel? Right. That's what I was thinking when I saw the ad. I read it to you yesterday, was it? Literal ad. For a specialist for 15 something an hour, part-time, of course. Part-time on call. 15 something an hour to root through dead bodies, get all the personal effects together, send them out. Part-time on call. And then he took it down. Because that makes people ask the question. It certainly made me ask the question. I thought there was only 6 dead bodies. What we hiring for? Oh, maybe there's more than that, or they expect a lot more. I do too. 10 years ago, why I've been yelling. I cared about you soldier people more than you did, more than your people did. But you knew better. And by I don't just mean I mean a whole millions and millions of us out here begging you not to do it, son. You knew better. Iranian strikes on Amazon infrastructure in the Middle East appear to have taken down Amazon online store. Almost all U.S. listings from all sellers are not displaying prices. Customers cannot check out even after adding products to cart, met with an error page. And there's pictures here. We don't need to look at them. I thought about this. Either, and I already saw reports like the first or second day of this war that Iran hit some Bezos data centers. This wasn't confirmed because they would rather die than admit a Bezos AI data center got bombed. They do not want that catching on, boy. Those data centers are integral to the Reich and its plan, right now and for the future. And it's embarrassing. And it could become trend. We can't have that. 2 things happened here. 2 possibilities. Or both. A couple data centers did get hit. Or more than a couple. Bezos data centers. Which would make sense. Because Iran's obviously smart with their targeting. And they know where some shit is. And they can get there. Or it's simply because there's no flights going on over the whole entire Middle East. That way there would be no shipping flights. So maybe that's why, if the data centers weren't actually bombed. I haven't seen confirmation yet if this actually happened, but I know to the core of me, if data centers were getting bombed and they were taking real damage to the point Amazon's business was affected, they would rather die than admit that and tell us that's going on. This is a reporter from Europe, Igor Shushko. So, again, I haven't confirmed, but if they hit in data centers, they going after the right targets, that's going to get some attention. Firing Kristi Gnome and replacing her with Mark Wayne Mullen is like shitting your pants and running home to change your shirt. Yep. And walking right back out with them shitty pants like Donnie every day. That's what we got. Because they're both just empty sycophants. Gnome and Mark Wayne. This is Jared Moskowitz, and he posted this video. It's like a minute and a half or a couple minutes long. It's fucking brilliant. I wish I could have given you people the link, but again, Google's collecting biometrics data and IDs right now. We're sorry. Links are unavailable. Google is currently collecting data, biometrics, and IDs. We're sorry for the inconvenience. In memoriam gone but not forgotten. This Moskowitz guy, I've seen him over the years. He's fucking crazy. I love him. He cracks me the fuck up. And this was a video, and it played some, I don't remember her, in the arms of an angel or something in the background. And they're showing pictures of the goat she killed, pictures of the dog she killed, just different cosplay moments. It was brilliant. It should win a fucking award. You need to see it. Go find Jared Moskowitz's account. That's Jared, capital E, I guess that's his middle name. His middle initial, excuse me. Moskowitz, Moskowits. Go to his account on Twitter and fucking look at this. Fucking brilliant. Cricket's revenge, motherfucker. Remember that, Kristi. Cricket's revenge. Trump to Rubio. Donnie was at a podium today in all his glory. There must be a grift nearby if Donnie's there. Your next one is going to be Cuba. He means next war, in case you're wondering what next one means. He's waiting, but he says, let's get this one finished first. We could do them all at the same time, but bad things happen. And he continued on, and what he meant is we could do all these countries at the same time. But, you know, bad things could happen if we do too many at once. I told you before January. I told you after January. His first year, when he first got in, told Canada, told everybody. All that annexation talk was real, son. That's why I've been yelling for 10 years. This Antichrist fuck is up at a podium saying, let's do all the countries at once. On the technocracy map, annexation tour, Adolf Hitler tour, Blitzkrieg with airplanes, stealing resources like oil. Exactly what I told you people Hitler did. Except again, what's more dangerous, Hitler was from a small country, Germany, that was poor, fucking broke from World War I. They started from scratch, baby. And they didn't have nowhere near the amount of people America has, and resources and treasure and size, and years of buildup of the military, decades. That's why Donnie's so much more dangerous. That's why the American Reich is so much more dangerous. It's already built up. It's already got hordes of treasure that are being siphoned by the top. It's already got a military that's been built up since 1945. The most advanced, well-equipped bases everywhere around the world. An empire Rome would fucking envy like a motherfucker. We are Rome. On goddamn steroids and the devil. With a dragon and a horde of fucking treasure as well. And a lot of fucking guns and missiles. Some missiles that could end the world. That's not the slightest exaggeration. And you got a straight demonic sociopath at the top right now. That should bother you. He already annexed Venezuela, stole the one resource they have, their oil. Greatest reserves in the world, largest. Went for them first, after the Holy Land. Let Bibi handle that. Then came in, I'm the boss who wants to pay me $1 billion and let me run the Middle East and run the world. That's what Donnie said. Iran, 90 million people, a lot of them armed. Who knows how long this could last? I watched a clip of Donald Rumsfeld saying these Mideast wars would take less than 6 months. We stayed there for fucking over 20 years, son. That's war. And they never planned on it lasting 6 months anyway. Rumsfeld was lying his fucking face off. Donnie don't plan on it lasting just 6 months either. But Donnie wants the quick route. Bomb it to oblivion, take what we want, or hopefully we get the leader we want for these Israel plans, because we don't want Iran. We don't want to try and police a country of 90 million. That's too hard, too much money. I'm grifting here. Blitzkrieg. Iran bombed 7, 8 different countries, Nigeria, Somalia, a bunch of different, Qatar, just all kinds of places, son. Annexed one country. Now he's bombing or doing something in Ecuador as well with our military. Does this sound like it's going to end anytime soon? Then he's at a fucking podium. Maybe we can do them all at once. Can we attack the entire world and take everything they got? And do it all in one day? And make me king of the world after that? That's what's going on. That's what you're witnessing. I think the evidence has shown where this is going. It's shown me right what I said last year. All that annexation talk is real. I've left messages for people in Greenland on Twitter. Take it seriously, he gonna take your shit. I've left messages for Canadians. Take it seriously, he gonna take your shit. We watching him take other people's shit. Right out in the open. Oh, who's going to keep the oil? Well, we're going to keep it for America. Wink, wink. And, I'm going to keep the money over in the Middle East. You don't mind, do ya? I'm going to take $10 billion out the Treasury because, for the Board of Peace. Because I'm king of the world. And the Treasury's my personal piggy bank. Again, I told you, way back. He gonna raid the Treasury whenever the fuck he feels like he did first term. And who the fuck gonna stop him? You, son? Besson? I'm gonna take $10 billion for the Board of Peace. I'm gonna sue the government, and I get to decide how much I get. I think I'll give myself $1 billion, $10 billion. Don't worry, he's gonna give it to charity. The Antichrist is gonna give it to charity. He promises. after he joked about keeping it. Nothing I've said right there was the slightest bit untrue. You best realize what it is, son. And again, I ain't here to debate people. I'm giving you the information. You choose to acknowledge and accept it, or don't. Don't affect me. I don't get a prize if you go to heaven or hell, man. I'll be right back. Okay, what I'm doing here, what I've been doing for 10 years, off and on, and since right before last January, the year leading up to it, and after he won, I've been explaining the paradigm you live in to you. You can accept or acknowledge the paradigm or not. Totally up to you, of course. You're not a puppet. You choose. That's all I'm doing. I'm not trying to win arguments. Don't make me feel good winning an argument. I can care less. Meaningless. I'm not trying to win debates. That's all over, son. That time's gone. I tried to tell you again back last January. No need to argue. Cranberries. Anymore. Now it's time to wait for the inevitable. When it comes a knocking on your door, in the million ways it can. And that be the imp, son. Like they knocked on my door last night. Right on camera. In front of you. That's what I'm talking about. And I knew always knew they were going to come. For 10 years I knew. And they're going to come worse in the future. So I'm explaining your paradigm because you can't fathom it, son. This is decades of ponderance and study and observance of all of you, of the imp, of God, if he exists, because he sure don't show himself. But then we know we being watched, right? Maybe that's why, I don't know. Who the fuck knows? And the paradigm or the prophecy of your paradigm in the future is coming true by the minute. I've tried to explain it the best I can. Because I know, again, if there's 10 of us on the planet that truly understand it, every nuance, I'd be surprised. So I assume the masses, not that I can reach the masses. They would never let that happen, son. Would be scared as hell and like, what the fuck is this? And losing their damn mind. I'm telling you what it is, son. You can accept it or not. It doesn't mean a damn thing to me whether you accept it or not. Will improve my life, the next life, in no way, shape, or form. So why am I saying it? You need to figure that out. And make the right choice. Because it's the Antichrist right up here at a podium saying, let's do all the wars at once. My God, what have you people done? Jared Moskowitz, let me congratulate former Homeland Security Secretary on her appointment to be the shield of the Americas, which I'm pretty sure the president came up with when he watched the last Avengers movie. Yeah, that's where you people at. That's a perfect way to put it. You in fantasy land, where politics is a team sport, and you'd vote for the devil if he was on your team, and he happens to be this time. For a while he's been, but really this time. You voted for the literal devil. His anointed, who has the blessing. And you did it because you got sucked into team sport mentality, brainwashing, believing good was evil, believing people claiming to be godly were godly when they were purely of Satan. Every single one. Otherwise, they would have walked away from this right here. You allowed yourself to play trivial games with your future because it was made a team sport intentionally by one side of this thing. Until they finally got you to hand the keys over. Forever. To the devil. That's the price of what you've done. Because you live in an Avengers movie. You live in WWF. You live in football land. Nothing wrong with football. Nothing wrong with wrestling and all that. But when it becomes your worldview, that's when it's a problem. Especially as someone who's over the age of, I don't know, 10. If that team sport mentality has any place in your life, if you're viewing politics as a football game you need to win, as a team sport, to the point if they put Adolf Hitler in front of you, you're going to vote for it because that's your team. That's why your country's over. Ted Lieu, Christy Gnome killed her puppy Cricket. Today is evidence that karma exists. Tell Christy I want her to know it was me. Cricket. Ted Lieu posted that getting raw on a bitch. Cricket's revenge, son. Cricket's revenge. Don't ever forget that. They were interviewing this guy named Colby, who I think works for like the Department of Defense or something, and he's a straight blonde-haired Nazi boy. Woo! Goodlander is the one questioning him. The Post reported that you helped craft a plan to send more than 23,000 troops to all 50 states as part of a domestic civil disturbance quick reaction force. Is that reporting accurate, Adolf? Because it sounds like something Adolf Hitler would do. Literally. Are they going to wear masks too, cunts? I bet they are. Because their neighbors would spit on them if they knew who they were. And the world would despise them for fucking ever. Colby. I'd have to get back to you with an answer. That means yes, the force will be deployed and we're doing it. And yeah, that's what that means. Literally. Goodlander, you can't tell us if you were part of the planning? That sounds like bullshit. Right, class? This is the cliche response from the right. I haven't seen the footage yet. I don't know about that case. We've watched Miss Gnome say that. Oh, I don't know about that specific case. No, yes, you do. It's fucking front page news every day. Of course you know about the fucking case. Of course, Mr. Colby knows about the force he helped plan. How do I know he helped plan it? He's evading the question. That's how I know. I just want to make sure I give you accurate answers, and I'll be back to you as soon as possible with specifics, because I want to know what lie I can tell and get away with legally. I got to consult the lawyers and Donnie and the Reich and make sure I don't say the wrong thing and end up in prison. Even though I know I helped plan it. I know what the plan is. I know we're going to deploy it. None of these people would be there if they weren't down with the plan. Donnie wouldn't have picked them. He picked all compromised people. They've all been read in. Mr. Colby obviously has as well. And yes, Mr. Colby helped plan it. He will help deploy it, and that's obvious by his answers. Glad she asked the question. Brilliant question. So you have another immune police force to look forward to. I assume they'll be masked because, you know, what else would the devil do? Right, cunts? And you know who I'm talking to. Breaking news in New York Times. Is this the end? Oh, no, not quite. House turns back bid to restrict Trump's war powers in Iran. So, World War III it is. Why stop the Antichrist when he's on a roll, right? Right, Congress and Senate? Right. Kristi Gnome blames anonymous sources for saying she was following orders from Stephen Miller and Trump. Senator Kennedy then says, the source was you. She said it out loud. Remember, it was reported on. Everything I did, I was told to do by Stephen and Donnie. I was just following orders. Xanax. Now she didn't say it. Mr. Kennedy had to point out that she said it. Here he is, right here. That was when, again, she was about to be fired before, and she wanted to let everybody know, I'm about to tell on some motherfuckers. You better think twice. They did, and then they fired her a month or two later. Don't mention Donnie's name, ever. You take the heat, you take the fall, you go to prison, 90 years. You don't mention Donnie's name. In the grift, in the crime, whatever it may, regard. Tim Waltz. A picture of his dog. Why would he be posting that? Post a picture with your dog that doesn't involve shooting them and throwing them in a gravel pit. I'll start. Right. That doesn't involve the devil. She did that and then wrote it in a book and bragged about it, son. You hear me? To catch the eye of the Antichrist. The big ending again, her going to the White House with Donnie shooting Biden's dog. That's heaven, right? That's the dream, right? That's why your country's over, son. Because Biden's dog was biting the right motherfuckers. I can tell because he only exclusively bit certain kinds of people. Miss Gnome did that. She was rewarded with the position, and a little over a year later, she is under the goddamn bus. Wow. Pretty much an admission here from Miller that they massacred those Iranian schoolgirls and will continue to attack schools and other civilian targets. Stephen the Ghoul Miller, again, I don't think it was a good idea to bring the ghoul out, but whatever. This is Satan's reign right here. What you're seeing right now is a military under President Trump's leadership that's not fighting politically correct. Yeah, we're violating the Geneva Convention, all kinds of great stuff. The U.S. was taking part in a military exercise with new recruits for Iran on a ship that was not armed. It was not for fighting in India. And the U.S. left the exercise, brought in a sub, shot the boat full of Iranians, let them drown in the water. That's a violation. That's a war crime. That's what he means by no politically correct anymore. We kill who we want. No more rules. The devil. The ghoul. That's what he means. Obama girls, we don't give a fuck. The Reich. Adolf Hitler. The devil. That's your paradigm. And there's no escaping it. The ghoul again. Remember, people who only believe in human rights for some people, the good people, don't actually believe in human rights and will ultimately come after everyone's human rights, right? That's what I've been yelling for 10 years. Fascism comes for everyone, son. That's what you little children out there don't understand. As you say, my life's going okay. It's not affecting me. You know, concentration camps, mass Gestapo shooting women in the face. I'm doing okay. Maybe you voted for it, too. Because I know you thought it wouldn't touch you. It's going to touch everybody. That's what I've been yelling since January and before. Ask Charlie if it's going to touch everybody. You know who Charlie is, right? And Nagul, again, they're commenting on that comment I read you. The human rights that we are going to protect are not of the savages, and we know what he means by the savages. We know what George Bush Sr. meant by law of the jungle when he gave his New World Order speech. We know why this savage, tribal-type words come out of these people's mouths. That's modern speak for, you know, Jews and ethnic minorities. The password is Jews and ethnic minorities don't have the right to exist, says Stephen the Ghoul in modern Nazi eugenics speak. Of the devil, purely, totally, utterly, completely. Look at footage of the Third Reich. If you can't see the devil all over that, son, then you a lost cause. I'm sorry. Just jump in the fire right now. Why waste time? So the ghoul says only certain people should have rights, not the savages. And we know what he means by savages, right, son? Right. So glad they brought the ghoul back out. I guess he had enough. He's full from feasting on the bodies of the dead. He had enough. Chris Van Hollen. Today, Trump hosted AI execs to ask them to pledge to cover their electricity costs of their data centers. Never going to happen, they wouldn't even have built them, son, if that was the deal. Donnie been telling us it's the deal since before January when he got in. Oh, yeah, all the data centers, they're going to have their own power plants. Yeah, sure. Do you know what it costs to build a power plant and fucking run it? For some monstrosity that uses enough more power than a city? Oh my God. No way they're going to eat that cost. And the cost of maintaining it. Nope. They're going to share the load with you just like they've been doing for 20 years. And that's why your bills went up. They went up because of crypto mining too. Those two specific things. Data mining, crypto mining, data centers. Donnie wouldn't be begging if this wasn't having a huge impact on your prices. He's worried. That's why he keeps bringing this subject up, because people are coming to him, I guess, and letting him know, yeah, power bills are going up all over the place. People are getting $800 electric bills, man, because they sharing a load. They're going to revolt over that shit. So Donnie keeps begging him and keeps putting that idea, build a power plant. Little child Donnie don't know what it costs to run a power plant. Oh my God, I don't even want to know. And to build it, you know, the know-how, the understanding, that's, you know, the highest technology, man. Electricity. Look, these oligarchs wouldn't have built these data centers if they had to pay the power bill too. Never gonna happen. It's a pipe dream fantasy that Donnie just keeps saying as if it's real. It's not real. Again, some of these buildings use more power than a small city. No way they eating that cost. I'm sorry, but why is Donnie having a meeting? Because he worried about it. And he should be. I see the bills people are getting, man. Everything's a goddamn scam and a ripoff now. So sad. I'm disgusted that people are getting $600, $800 electric bills. I don't care if you got an air conditioner running 24 hours a day. Fuck those motherfuckers. About 800 Patriot missiles were used in just 3 days of fighting in the Mideast. More than Ukraine has had during the entire war, Zelensky said. What did I just say the other day when Donnie was doing his, Biden gave all the missiles to Ukraine. That's why we don't have them. Nope, Israel. I knew it the second he said it. Because Donnie's made a point before he won the election to make sure Ukraine don't get jack fucking shit. Because Donnie is Donnie Krasnov, a Russian asset. So I knew the missiles, the ammunition went to Donnie and Bibi. Donnie for his Adolf Hitler tour of the world, and Bibi for the war with Iran and the Mideast thing that he and Donnie are doing. That's why the weapon shortage. Not because of Ukraine whatsoever fucking ever. Donnie's made it a point not to help them. Now he's begging Ukraine and other militaries, the UK military, our military, are begging Ukraine, can you send drone specialists to help us out? Because we're getting fucked up here. We're looking stupid. And Zelensky said, okay. This man is so far above all of you people to have your name on this. So much higher than Donnie and the entire right put together. We had to watch theater in service of Vladimir Putin and the devil against this man for several years with the Reich. And they dare come to him. Can you help us with the drone thing since you guys are the experts? and we losing embassies and troops. The audacity, son. The fucking audacity. They have a thing called anti-drones now, or drone interceptors. Ukraine is the leading expert on it. So now not only do we have drones, now we have another drone or some other type of piece of equipment that goes after drones. So are we going to have another drone to take out the interceptor drone so the regular drone can get to where it's going? Jesus Christ. Zelensky out his own mouth. Yeah, we never had that many missiles, son. What are you talking about? We took all the missiles. Why you lying? You know you gave them all to Israel. You know you're using them on fucking Venezuela and Ecuador and Nigeria. That's where they went, son. That's why they have emergency meetings with weapons manufacturers, begging them to ramp up production. When's Donnie going to ask us to give them all our gold for the war effort? You think I'm kidding, son? I ain't. You don't know what you're dealing with. Ron Filipkowski. So it now appears, based on many media reports, that we bombed a girls' elementary school and killed 175 people. And right after that, Hegseth was beating his chest in a press conference, saying we weren't going to worry about stupid rules of engagement anymore. Yeah, Hegseth says that every speech. What are he and Miller saying? We kill who we want when we want. We don't care. Women, children. We don't give a fuck what it is. That's the new rules of engagement. No Geneva Convention. No, nothing like that. Sounds different than before, doesn't it, class? Rep. Robert Garcia. One day after we won a vote in the House Oversight with United Democratic members to subpoena Pam Bondi, the DOJ just announced that they plan to post more Epstein files, and they did. Bondi's scared. She getting worried. She threw another tranche of documents out because she worried about this. And she just saw what happened to Gnome. The reason it happened to Gnome is those committees questioning her in front of all of us and her fucking up and admitting to something and throwing Donnie's name in the mix. Those people questioning her made all this happen. That's the only power they have. This is after they took down 50,000 files with no explanation. We are going to end this White House cover-up. So Bondi got scared today, released a bunch more documents. People have been looking at them all day. I don't have the time to go through every detail of the millions of Epstein files. As people go through them, I'll grab shots and check certain things. We don't need to know every detail anyway. We know plenty. We know the names. We know who's involved. We know what they're involved in. We don't need to see the videos, except for evidence in court. So Bondi's scared for now. That won't last long. Ted Lieu. AG Bondi lied under oath in hearing. She stated that there is no evidence that Trump has committed a crime. DOJ posted 3 FBI interviews related to sexual assault allegations against Trump. That's evidence. Rep. Goldman and I have requested special counsel to investigate. This is CNN. The Justice Department has posted online 3 FBI interviews related to sex assault allegations against Trump that had been missing from the massive trove of Epstein files. So they scared. They wouldn't have released that unless they scared. They worried about something. We could pick a million different things, because this stuff has Donnie's name on it. No way she would have threw that out there without his okay. And for a damn good reason. Understand that.
What the fuck are they afraid of right now? This does not make sense, other than Bondi was about to get subpoenaed and called in. Maybe Donnie's worried about that. These people, Schiff, Lou, Jamie Raskin, others, Moskowitz, they shredding these people. And they show in the world what they are. Every gory detail, man. And it's getting to the point Donnie can't even keep them around. It's getting too ugly. The crimes are being exposed too brazenly, too openly. It's looking too bad for him. Bondi's probably scared too. She probably told him, I got to release something. They're about to call me in there. They scared of something. And Bondi and Donnie don't usually back down like this in this way. To where they put documents with Donnie's name out there. In fact, they've been taking him down, actually. Asked earlier today whether Americans should be worried about retaliatory attacks at home, Trump said, I guess. He did an interview with a newspaper or magazine, Time, something, I can't remember. I guess. Like I said, some people will die when you go to war. Some people will die. You mean when they go to war, Donnie, because it ain't you. It's never you. Mr. Bone Spurs. Hey, you know, people die in war. I guess they should be worried about retaliation. I'll be all right. I got security in the Army and the Navy, you know. Unless one of my supporters tries to shoot at me again. I have no words. He can't even pretend to give a single fuck about human life. When has he ever shown concern for human life? Except when he's, you know, doing an act, pretending, begging for the Nobel Peace Prize in between bombings and child molesting. God, when is... All right, about 4 or 5 more. Let me take one more break, man. Fuck. One more break in the final push. The last 5. I'm too tired to be doing these 2-hour fucking jaws.
Okay. 1 minute you're banging your side piece on a publicly funded sky yacht while funneling 100 million contracts to your friends, and the next you're preparing for, I was just following orders defense for your human rights violations trial. They're commenting on the Wall Street Journal. Trump is preparing to fire Gnome. Yeah, 1 minute. The leaders of Romania, remember? 1 minute, you're the dictator of Romania. You're all powerful. You're talking shit in a speech to the masses. Hours later, you're in front of a goddamn firing squad. And you're dead. That's how quick it can happen, son. Mussolini, Nuremberg, a thief in the night. Donald on Iran, and this is Mary Trump. When crazy people have nuclear weapons, bad things happen. He's talking about Iran, right? But that's Donnie, literally, and he's got the nukes, baby. Oh my God, does he? That should worry you. He is the Antichrist. He's an utter warmonger, as we're seeing. It's almost inevitable, isn't it? I think it is. Would the Antichrist not launch a nuke, son? Let's ponder that for a moment. Would the Antichrist not launch a nuke, or would he launch a nuke? He'd definitely launch a nuke. Yeah. As a neurologist, I've dealt with front temporal dementia patients for years. I often pondered how diabolical it would be if a world leader suffered the same fate. Many world leaders have had dementia. Now I'm seeing it play out in real time. Without impeachment, this will get darker than you could ever imagine. This is a doctor that does not know what I know saying that. Yep. That's what I've been trying to tell you, and I have been telling you. Before January, after January, this go into the dark, son. One more time. You watched a fellow U.S. citizen, an unarmed woman in her car, get shot in the face by fat fuck Johnny. And then I'm getting rewarded with a GoFundMe $1 million bounty. You watch him shoot a man in the back that was trying to help a woman. They assaulted the masked, cowardly, murdering cunts. So when I say this is going to the dark place, or the dark, remember those moments. We already in the dark, son. Shit. Just because you didn't get capped in the back 10 times, we ain't in the dark? Oh, we in the dark, son. We way in it. We deep. A doctor saying that too. They don't even know how dark is. Where it's really going, what this really is. But they looking at it from a scientific standpoint, and they're right. They're right. This is completely insane. Polymarket is now taking bets on when nuclear strikes might happen, just days after hundreds of millions were wagered on the U.S. attack itself on Iran. Right. When I say our country and world is over, that's why I'm reading you this. It's a perfect illustration. There are entities on this planet that are betting on the apocalypse. Because betting on when a nuke is fired off, you're pretty much betting on the end of the world. Because if one gets shot off, well, someone else gonna shoot one, right? Right. How goddamn absurd that is. Betting on the starts of wars.
Because some people have inside info and make a fortune. Like Donnie's buddies. That's what he's talking about here. Someone did make a fortune. Just happened to know when it was going to start. Good guess, I guess. Now they betting on when the nuke's going to get shot up. That's where you at, son. I told you he was in the apocalypse, right? Did I mention that? Did I mention he was the Antichrist? Did we not just ask the question, congregation? Would he shoot one off if he's the Antichrist? Of course he bloody would. They betting on it, son. The end of the world. They play some bets as if they're going to collect. What do? Try and collect real quick in Bitcoin before the fallout hits your goddamn neighborhood? Is that what you're going for, asshole? Can you imagine being the human that bets on this? I hit the lottery. I made a bet. Huge odds. I won 73 million. Oh shit, the fallout coming. I ain't ever gonna get a chance to spend that. Probably won't even get paid it. Why would anyone bother paying you if a nuke got fired off, you cunts? There's no point in paying you. It's nuclear Armageddon. What the fuck? People are betting on the end of the fucking world. As if they'll collect. That's why it's over. This is real, son. This ain't a joke. That'd be like betting on when a meteor's going to hit the Earth and destroy it. If you win, you really didn't win, did you? That's what I'm talking about here. When I saw this, son, I said, this is it, right? This is why. This is why humanity is doomed. This is why America's over. This is why the world's over. Nuclear weapon detonation by. This is what it looks like. Can you fuck? It's not funny. I'm laughing so I don't cry, son. And it's got a nuclear weapon detonation by. Place your bets, son. $838,520 VOL. I don't know what that means. Is that the amount you can win? 501,000 March 31st. 250,000 June 30th. 86,000 before 2027. Is that what they've bet? What are you going to do if you win? You're going to contact the company, be like, you're going to pay me? No, we're not going to pay you. It's the end of the fucking world, asshole. I can't believe I'm seeing this. If I put up a query, a meteor's going to hit the Earth by when? Question mark? And there's a percentage next to these numbers. 5%, 11%, 22%. June 30th, 2026 is one date. That's the $800,000 number. Is that the 501 plus the 250 plus the 86? Is that where they get 838,000 from? It sounds like it would add up to close to that. I guess that's the betting volume. Is that what we're dealing with here? That top number? There's a dollar amount at the top of the fucking nuclear waste signs. And there's a VOL after that. So I guess when you add these bets up, that's the betting volume, 838 fucking thousand. I know it's nuclear Armageddon, but I won $838,000. Well, Cletus, you ain't ever gonna collect on that. What do you mean I ain't gonna collect? I just won. They got to pay me, Cletus. It's the end of the goddamn world. Didn't you hear on the radio? There's fallout coming here. We gonna be dead by tomorrow morning. I hate you! Fuck! Don't take the mark. Have a good evening.